Hey, this is Key of Key Creative Studio and Master Drawing Japan. So, this video is going to be on drawing the ear. And I think one of the things that people have uh, difficulty with in terms of the ear, um, which is all this these folds and um, seeming um, levels of detail that's existing within the ear. Um, Now, I think to any layperson, I think there's some basic things that everyone can kind of understand or like recognize as an ear. One, which is like this outermost kind of fold or crest here, right? And of course, like there's like the whole cup area of the ear. I'm just making that word up. That's not a technical word. And needless to say, of course, what we recognize as I guess we could say the inner part of the ear, like the whole area, HOLE, whole. Um, okay, right. Oh, and of course, one definite recognizable part, would be here, which is the ear lobe. Okay, so um, now of course, like, as I said, like just like drawing um, like noses, there are a lot of cheats that we can get away with, or that people use when drawing the ear. Um, People can just like do something like this, kind of like draw this kind of shape, this abbreviated shape, do a line here for the crest, and then kind of like put this fold coming out. I don't know if there's a word for this fold, and then um, that little P piece of cartilage that sits like above the earlobe and like next to the hole of the ear. And I think that's plenty, right? That's enough, right? Some things I think people should keep in mind when drawing the ear, um, is that the ear actually is just not just like this flat disc that's sitting on the side of the head, but actually it's almost kind of like a little cup, or like a little bowl that is actually um, like branching out of the ear. I'm just doing this just as an example here. It's kind of have like there's this stalk that comes out like where the head is, and then like, yeah, you have like the ear coming out like that. So that's something you should keep in mind. Um, if we let me move these to the side. In terms of drawing the ear in relation to the head, I'll just start a new one. Um, so let's say if we're drawing it, um, the head um, head on. Okay, like this, right? Just a quick one. Okay. Nose, mouth, okay. Chin. Okay. All right. So if we have a head here like this, right? Um, One thing that might be helpful in terms of knowing like where to orient um, the ears in relation to the head is okay. No matter what, and of course, it is going to vary from person to person, case to case, right? But the the ears are going to always pretty much like line up between the brow line and the bottom of the nose. All right, so um, it always comes out like that. All right, so if you ever get get confused in terms of like where to put them, where to put the ears, that's where they belong. Okay. Now you see, I'm not really like laboring very much over these ears here. I think the parts that people recognize and accept, as an ear, is really like this arch here, this little P thing. I don't know if there's a word for it. A suggestion of the hole and the earlobe. And that's that's enough. I mean that's plenty. I think that's enough for people um, to accept as the ear. Okay. Um, put our friend over here. Okay. So let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay, put that down like that. Okay. If we're going to draw the ear in, let's say in profile, okay, a little bit bigger actually. Okay. Oops. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So if I'm going to draw the head in profile, okay. And okay, nose, mouth, and chin. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so like where does the ear go in this case, right? Um, One way, and I got this from Andrew Loomis actually. Um, when you draw the head, generally speaking, you can divide the head, let's say, into a half, because like you have this part of the head, and then like you have like the rear part of the cranium back here, right? And okay, sternal muscle, muscle here. All right. So one thing that you can use as a landmark is like, well, the ear pretty much is going to line up with um, like where the jaw starts here, this part, this angle here. So you can use like that as like a starting point for like where the earlobe should be touching. That's one way of doing it. Another way of measuring that out um, is yeah, if you divide the skull like in half, and then you kind of have like this plane here, this circular plane here, and then yeah, you can divide that like into fourths, and then actually I put the ear there like that. As you can see, I'm still adhering to my measurement of, generally speaking, that the ear is lining up, between the bottom of the nose and where the brow line is. Okay. So you have that. Okay. All right. Let me shrink you down. Second. All right. Scale. Okay. Put you next to your friend here. Okay. The next one is kind of supports what I was saying before in terms of like thinking of the ears as like these cups that are stalking. Sorry, that are like well, I'm gonna use like stalk like a verb, not just pursuing someone, but just like growing. These stalks that are yeah, you can't use stalk as a verb. That are coming out of the head. Okay. So we're looking at the head from the rear position here. Okay. So this is the cranium, right? Um, Basically, the jaw would be here, right? Trapezius. Okay. Seventh cervical vertebra is here. Okay. So same thing. I would assume like the brow and the bottom of the nose would be about here, but yeah, I draw like it's almost like a little cup that's coming out, and then have it like this. Now, I mean, I'm exaggerating this for clarity. Okay, it doesn't have to be like Shrek kind of ears here, but I'm just doing this so that you. And actually, to be honest, even though I'm making this joke, s- people are different, right? And there are some people who definitely do have um, this little branch area is more prominent in some people more so than others. Yesterday, I had a model yesterday for my life drawing class, and I mean her ears were this area was really like folding forward. I mean, it was almost like she had it was almost like she had like elf ears in a way, because yeah, it was looking like yeah, it was looking like that. I'm dead serious. So that fold I'm talking about was actually was rolled forward all the way like that, and it was giving like this kind of relationship actually. And some people are like that, you know. My point is that this is going to vary from person to person, obviously. Okay. Um, okay. All right. So again, you want to keep that in mind. Okay. Um, okay. And the other one that is um, very tricky for some people. Second. Oops. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Second. There you go. Okay. Put this one here. Okay. Okay. All right. This one is always um, a fun one for people. People always seem to have difficulty with this. It's like, okay, like how do you draw the head when, let's say, it is like looking away from you? Like, okay, so we're not just like looking at it from like directly behind, but like we're looking at it, let's say, in a 3/4 that is looking away from us, right? It's almost like an opposite 3/4 kind of image we have here, right? So here's like the jaw, okay, back of the cranium, okay, there's the neck. All right, so we have I don't know, maybe some lady or whatever here. Okay, and you raise this up a little bit. Can I raise this up without raising everything up? Okay. And drawing digitally does have its upsides, even though I prefer traditional media. Okay, so it's obvious, like we have some lady here that we're looking at from behind, right? Okay, again, cheekbone, right? There's the jawline. Okay, there's that. Okay, I think this is enough, right? Okay, so the problem is, or the question is, like, well, how do you place the ear in this position, right? Because basically it's we have like a box that is like looking away from us. If we're thinking about like the box is like it's going facing like that way, right? Because we can't, if we put it flat like this on the side of the head, like that, that's not particularly very honest, because, as I said, the ear does not rest, like a disc on the side of the head. That's not honest. Okay. Um, this over here like that. Yeah, like all right, yeah, like that's that is doing it like this. If you can see it, is completely dishonest. Even though, in some cases, maybe at this size, we can get away with it, but that's not particularly honest. Okay, so here's a little trick. Okay, and part of the answer is, it's very similar to what we did when we drew the ear from behind. Okay, the ear, like I said, I guess it's like this stalk that's branching out of the side of the head, right? So we have like this cup relationship, right? And then you can draw the ear like that. Earlobe, there's the crest, and then of course, yeah, there's the like that. So some people, who have fortunately found some solutions for us in terms of how to deal with these things. Some people say like to view. Oops, oops, my bad. Oops, My bad, my bad. Truly, my bad. Sorry. I positioned this ear a little bit too close to the front. Excuse me. It should be a little bit about here. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, that's a little bit better. Um, yeah, some people they view when you draw the ear from behind. Um, some people say that basically what you're drawing is like a cowboy hat, right? That's one way to think about it actually. Because like there's the top part, like and this would be like the brim of it, right? And for me, like the cowboy hat analogy always really worked very well for me. Uh, so think about that. If you're having trouble like drawing it from behind, yeah, again, yeah, think of it as like a cowboy hat, and that you might find that a little bit helpful. Okay, there you go. All right, so something like that. I learned that from Joe Kubert, the great um, comic book artist from the 20th century, um, and I always thought that was a very cool tip in terms of like how to visualize the ear. So again, yeah, think of this as like being like a cowboy hat. Okay. All right. Actually, I'm gonna do one more drawing because I think it's helpful to show how we can um, use what we've learned or what we understand here in relation to like how we draw or oops, excuse me, how we draw or design characters and things like that, right? Okay, so let's imagine we're gonna draw, let's say okay, yeah, let's say we're gonna draw, let's say a fantasy character or something like that, like I don't know, one of these characters that um, have pointed ears, right? Okay. Mhm. Okay. All right. So I don't know. It's some fantasy character that that you might see in fantasy or science fiction for that matter. Character um, that you see that I guess one of the go-to things people do to show that a character is not like us is like to throw pointed ears on them, right? Because immediately people they identify with that as something being um, not quite human, right? Okay, just give me a second. So I am doing this real time here. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah. So like here's my um, my fantasy character. Okay. Hair blowing in the wind. Okay. Okay. So the the go-to design solution that people do is um, they will have, yeah, they'll draw the ear like this. I'm kind of changing it already, and yeah, and then they'll put this little tip here like this, like that, like it's, I don't know, some character from like Lord of the Rings, you know, Star Trek or something like that. And that's cool. You know, that's all. That's well and good. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So that you have that's one thing that people do. This is a very like stereotypical kind of like elf like this is like we see like in Lord of the Rings where it's slightly implied. Some people might do something like this. They will actually they'll really um, uh-oh, going way back now. Um, there's an artist named Wendy Pini who used to do this fantasy series called Elf Quest uh, way back in the day, which I confess I used to read. I used to uh, when it first came out. It was very cool. It was a very interesting book. It was um, and it was yeah she did everything herself. I gotta give her respect for that. But the way she designed her elf ears, and I think she took some of this design from Ralph Bakshi's Wizards actually, where the ears are actually yeah I mean it's almost like the this part is almost like an antenna kind of thing. So that's another approach to doing it. This ear is so big. I mean, actually, we will probably see it like on the other side, right? And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that either. That's perfect. That's perfectly cool. Okay. Um, by the way, this is just my 2 cents. I think this whole idea in terms of like the pointed ears, like you see like for like in elves or in fairies. I think, well, I'm pretty sure that does come out of European mythology, and um, or Eurocentric mythology, and if you think about like areas like you know Western Europe. Um, there's like a lot of like woodland and stuff like that. So um, it's it's quite understandable. If they would make up characters, they would make up characters that reflects the environment that they're in. Like dragonflies. Become fairies. Um, you know, Animals like rabbits and foxes and wolves. That do have pointed ears. Or kind of like these. Children of the forest, so to speak. So I mean, I think, and if you look at some illustrations of elves, actually, or sorry, people who are drawing these kinds of creatures, these ears almost like look, um, um, when I say animal-like, like animal like a fox or something like that. You know, I think it's coming out like that. Because if you think about like animals' ears, and it's very clear that it does branch out, right? Like what I'm doing right now is kind of like what we would see like on the ears of, let's say, like a fox, and you have like this relationship, right? And of course, the cool thing about animals is that, you know, they can, you know, to the point, you know, they can even they can turn that around, right? I know this I'm just doing this for clarity, you know, so you guys can get the idea with it. Okay. Um, Obviously, this is not lining up with the brow here. Okay. All right. So, um, you know, and some, you know, some people might do something like this. You know, they'll actually, I should, yeah, they'll do something, something like that. This is a little more tasteful. But the ones I find to be interesting are the ones that do kind of seem to look kind of like a little bit animal-like in a way. Oh, by the way, if you guys ever wanted to know how to draw, let's say, like the ears of a horse, because, like, you know, at at a glance, you know, you think, oh, it's kind of like this kind of relationship, right? Yeah, I'm not sure that's pretty much correct. What I got on the first pass, right? It's almost like a I don't know, you know, like a leaf or that's been cupped. Yeah, it's this kind of shape, right? You know, for like, let's say, like a horse's ear. You get that, you know, that kind of thing. If it ever gets like difficult, what you can do, you can like draw a you could draw a rod like this, and then you can branch it out like this. You see? So that's how you can draw like the ears um, on a horse, on a, you know, goat or something like that. It's almost like, yeah, it's branching off like from this rod like that. Yeah, so that's another, that's a trick you guys can use. I'm just saying this, you know, as, you know, a way like to give like an overall like understanding of you know, how ears are designed, you know, by nature, and that overall understanding, you know, will help you guys out in terms of, you know, how you want to design your characters, you know. So um, okay, so here, so we have um, legalist here or so, someone like that. So that's that. Okay, you know, look, I'll leave it at that. Ears are not particularly, you know, that not that complicated. You know, you guys should just have at it. You know, have fun with it. And again, you know, the more the more you draw, obviously, you know, the more you know, you can be building up, you know, your visual vocabulary and also your confidence. Okay, so uh, I'm gonna leave it at that. And if this was helpful for you, please, you know, give me a like. Please subscribe. Do leave comments in the comment section. It is very motivating for me. It's right. It motivates me when you guys give me comments, because I'm here to help if I can. You know, I happen to know, you know, a couple of things. I know how to hold a pencil. So if any of you having any difficulty in terms of, like, you know, how to draw something, stuff like that, please ask me. It's my pleasure, because I get practice at it as well. Okay. All right. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Take care. Bye bye.